It was the Castagna building. What I'd heard was Castagna. Before I went through double doors that swung, like in an old western, there was a small sign saying otorhinolaryngology, ORL, and head and neck surgery, implant services. Only otorhinolaryngology was familiar to me. When I was little, I thought it was a sub-branch of rhinoceros studies. In my ears were muted thumps, the drumbeat of my pulse. I took a seat at the end of the hallway, next to a table covered with magazines about deafness, one of them offering up anecdotes about isolation in the workplace. I glanced up after each line so I wouldn't miss my name being called, and saw that an old woman in a wheelchair had parked across from me, right by the magazine For the Deaf. On the cover, text in a box read, "Language can be reassuring or restrictive. People think that complicating blunt words softens them. They're ashamed to say deaf, blind, old, has a mental disorder. There's a slippery slope from hard of hearing and critical cases by way of vision impaired and senior citizen to the dead being called the unliving." When I realized that the old woman, or senior citizen, or elderly person, whatever I ought to call her, was shouting at me, I interrupted. "Ma'am, I don't think I hear any better than you do." But she didn't understand, and kept on with her croaky monologue. A man put an end to the one-sided conversation. "Come with me, please." I followed him into the padded room. He shut the door behind me, gripping a huge chrome metal handle that struck me in its similarity to butcher's cold rooms, except what was being carved up here, meticulously, slice by thin slice, was sound.